The Middle East. The Ottoman Empire was one of many powerful empires that grew up around the Mediterranean Sea. The eastern region around the Mediterranean is called the Middle East. It includes the countries in Southwest Asia, on or near the Mediterranean Sea. The Middle East also includes the Arabian Peninsula and countries in Northeast Africa like Egypt and Sudan. You may also hear the Middle East called the Near East. Both names refer to pretty much the same area. The Middle East is a very important region today because it produces vast quantities of oil needed for modern machines. It is also the birthplace of three great religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Except for a few great rivers, much of this land is dry and uninviting. Look on the map for the Sahara Desert. As you know, not much will grow in a desert, and other lands in this region are high and rugged, unsuitable for farming. Now find the Atlas Mountains in northwest Africa and the Taurus Mountains on the Anatolian Peninsula. This peninsula, also known as Asia Minor, forms part of the modern-day country of Turkey. The Balkan Peninsula, Greece, and northward is rugged too. In these dry lands, there are many short, irregular rivers called wadis. For most of the year, the wadis are totally dry. Then a sudden cloudburst will fill a wadi with dangerous rushing water. In a few hours, though, it will be dry once more and perhaps will not fill again for years. Another more dependable source of water in these dry lands is the oasis, which is fed by water from underground. But oases are few and far between, and they may dry up for years at a time. For the nomadic people in these areas, who once moved with their herds of animals in search of water and food, it was a hard life. The need for water in the Near East has led some modern-day governments to build dams that divert and store the water from some of the great rivers. Factories have been built that take salt water from the Persian Gulf and turn it into fresh water suitable for drinking and farming. But this is an expensive and complicated process and is not yet widely used. If this region is so dry, why does it have some of the most famous cities in the world? Look at the map and find Alexandria, Cairo, Mecca, Jerusalem, Damascus, Baghdad, Tehran, and Istanbul. Do you know the former name of Istanbul? You'll see that most of these cities are near a river or the coast of the Mediterranean, Black, or Red Seas. These cities grew because their geographical location made them important centers of trade. For a long time, until a sea route around the southern tip of Africa was discovered, the people of the Near East controlled trade among China, India, and Europe. Many inland cities in the Near East began as stopping places on the caravan routes of the traders. It was not an easy journey along the land route through Central Asia to China. The route was called the Silk Road, not because it was smooth as silk, just the opposite, in fact. The name Silk Road comes from one of the main products transported along the route, silk from China, which was much in demand in other countries. Although this route was hard for thousands of years, there was no better way to go.